Howdy, my name is Daxio. This is Plugged In News, and this is today's pin update. In today's news, we have free gender reassignment therapy for the military, as well as de Blasio is now calling for Cuomo to resign. And last but not least, China might be possibly spying on Australian military. Let's get right into that. Alright, and for our first story today, this is coming from the Gateway Pundit by Jim Hoft, and it's titled, Biden signs executive order to make transgender surgery free for military on the taxpayer's dime. It says in the article, Joe Biden signed an executive order this week that makes transgender surgery free for the military. From now on, U.S. taxpayers will pay for medical procedures and surgery for transgender candidates. This operation is not cheap and can cost up to $200,000 per patient. No doubt this will drive more trans men and women into the military. It's not clear how this will help the military, it says. It also states a part of Washington Examiner's report which says, taxpayers will now foot the bill for gender reassignment surgery for active military personnel and veterans, with some treatments costing upward of $200,000 under an executive order signed by President Biden. Tucked inside Biden's January 25th transgender order enabling all qualified Americans to serve their country in uniform is a clause that repeals an Obama-era policy that prohibited federally funded reassignment surgery. This was followed up by memos from both Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin and Veteran Affairs Secretary Dennis McDonough, specifically stating that surgery is now an added benefit. This revised policy will also ensure all medically necessary transition-related care authorized by law is available to all service members. I don't really see how this is that good. Alright, and for our next story today, this is coming from Fox News by Ron Blitzer. It's called De Blasio Calls for Cuomo to Resign After Latest Allegations. He can no longer serve as governor. In the story, it says, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio called for Governor Andrew Cuomo to resign on Thursday following a report of a sixth woman accusing him of sexual misconduct. It is disgusting to me, de Blasio said. He can no longer serve as governor. It's as simple as that. The mayor spoke to the sheer volume of accusations that have come out in recent week while noting the severity of the latest claim that Cuomo allegedly reached under the shirt of a female staff member and groped her after inviting her into the governor's mansion for a work-related purpose. Work-related. Alright. The mayor noted that the controversy surrounding Cuomo's leadership has not been limited to the sexual harassment and assault allegations. He faced heavy criticism calls for impeachment over his handling of the nursing homes during the early months of the coronavirus pandemic and his administrator's failure to provide the accurate number of nursing home deaths. I like how de Blasio is finally calling for his resignation after the sixth person comes out. No, it should have been right after all of these nursing home deaths came out and after Andrew Cuomo signed the bill allowing sick patients to go into nursing homes. It killed thousands of people. It was legit genocide. And like the story is about sexual misconduct and not genocide. Like I understand sexual misconduct is a big deal, but genocide. I think we've seen so many troubling things that have come out in just a matter of weeks, starting with the fact that thousands of people died in the nursing homes. And we still don't have the truth about that. And their families need to deserve the truth. Exactly, de Blasio said. And we know one thing, that there was a purposeful cover-up, and that alone is unacceptable and disqualifying. That's all I gotta say. Alright, and for our last story today, this is from ABC Australian News by Andrew Green, and it's titled, Chinese Takeover of Island Near Australian Military Training Causes Unease Inside Defense and Government. In the story it says, a decision to grant a Chinese-linked company a mining license on a remote West Australian island close to a military training area is raising concerns inside defense and federal government's ranks. In October, the private Hong Kong-based entity was announced as the new owner of the abandoned iron ore operations on the Cockatoo Island in W.A. Kimberley's region, next to Yampi Sound Defense Training Area. Cockatoo Island is roughly 2,000 kilometers from Perth and boasts an airstrip, which was used to service past mining projects as well as a resort built by infamous businessman Alan Bond during the 1980s. I think it's interesting how there's an airstrip on it still, and the Chinese entity purchased it. Liberal Senator Concetta Fairfanti Wells, I probably pronounced that very wrong, who previously served as Minister for the International Development and Pacific, has told ABC she is alarmed at the deal. The Cockatoo Island transaction is yet another example of why acquisition of strategic assets from the government in Australia by private companies with links to Beijing should come with the scope of both the FIRB, which is the Foreign Investments Review Board, and foreign relations legislation. Yeah, this is just interesting because obviously China is slowly expanding their reach and their touch, so, and Australia is getting concerned about it too. So, and before the end of today's video, here's a heartwarming clip of the day. Yo, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you drop a like, drop a sub. Let me know how I'm doing down in the comment section below. Stay plugged in and keep doing your own research. Deuces.